Oh, you would rather the little sweet shirt?
Oh, yeah, no, little sweet. That's just funny as fuck.
Of course, Sage would rather a little sweet shirt. What kind of question is that?
I probably had this shirt for like 15 years.
It's because little sweet reminds him of lady pants.
We're already recording, so that's already on.
Hey, let it ride, brother.
Let it ride. Week 2 of the season, folks. We're back. CrackBacks. You see, we have the brothers Sage in the building today. I see Mike Sage up at the top, the bearded
Sons of
wonder.
Anarchy.
Yes, exactly. The wife's watching another one now. I think it's called Animal Kingdom. Same kind of idea, I guess. They all got crazy beards and they're breaking laws. We got the man Digital Wookie here, of course, at the bottom right of the screen here. Actually,
Are you discriminating against white people with beards?
No. In fact, I don't trust anyone without a beard. So if you don't have a beard, white, black, Chinese, or whichever, it means that God didn't allow you to grow hair on your face and you can't be trusted. So I don't trust anyone without a beard.
I didn't have a beard for a long time.
And you weren't trustworthy until you got the beard.
That's out of here.
What's the cat doing? Attacking the chair over there?
The cat actually has better sports takes than your brother does most of the time.
See that?
It was like attacking the chair over there.
Morty's a recurring guest star on the program.
Cat looks like it lived at Carol Baskin's for a little bit. But fellas, we had actual football over the weekend.
Yes,
real
finally.
Adults hitting each other, not Appalachian State, none of that crap. We had NFL football over the weekend, and the biggest story over the whole week, it was the primetime game. Well, not the primetime, but the national game at 4 o'clock. The Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm bringing up the Bucs first here because Mike Sage is a huge Dolphin fan and has the amount of hate in his heart for Tom Brady that I have for the Heat. So you tell me, Mike, how you felt on Sunday watching Tommy look less than terrific.
I was enjoying it big time. Especially.
Is that going to continue, or is that you think it was a one-time deal?
Especially after my Dolphins lost at 1 o'clock. The only thing else I had to look forward to was hoping that Tom Brady lost at 4.
He lost. He looked bad.
Yeah,
Mike Sage's fantasy team name is "Fuck Tom Brady." I don't think there's any question of how he feels.
where the affiliation is with it. But is that 1 week? Is it one bad week, or is Tampa in trouble already?
I'd like to think that they're in trouble.
I need you to think with your head, not your heart, right now.
The thing I don't get is anybody really what he's 40?
They're not a good team, man.
43 now, 43 years old. It comes to an end sometime. It's going to come to an end.
But everybody was running to Tampa. I mean, I guess it said they're not a good team, and I agree with you. But all the stars were running to Tampa. Gronk came back. Fournette went there. Granted, they're all cast-offs.
Fournette's not a star.
He was at one point.
Gronk. What did Gronk do? What did he do? He had one catch?
I don't even think he had one catch.
They brought Gronk down there to block because the offensive line is terrible.
they only got one catch. Look at Sates is over there enjoying. What are you shaking your head at? Is it one bad game for Tom Brady? Is that what you're saying?
The Saints, one of the best football teams in the league. Like, you think it's the same thing as Baker Mayfield playing the Ravens the first game. Everybody was like, "Oh, Cleveland, they suck." They played the best team in the NFL.
He only looked good for a half on Thursday. The second half, Mayfield was not good.
Not true. I watched the entire game. He looked pretty good the whole entire game.
But they played the Bengals. The Bengals were the worst team in the league last year.
With their best defensive player out. Geno Atkins didn't play, so the middle of that line was wide open.
And let's be honest, anybody watch the game? Baker Mayfield didn't win the game. They were running all over that team.
Yeah, Chubb had a great game.
And then he had a little play action here and there. He had a couple rollouts. It wasn't like Mayfield was back there dissecting people.
He did make one nice throw. That throw, the touchdown to Beckham was nice.
Beckham, yeah.
He had a few good throws.
I got 3 guys in that game.
He dropped it right on his chest.
So I was loving it.
I heard you guys. You're good, man.
Had to get that one.
If you've been sleeping under a rock somewhere, maybe you haven't heard, but there are allegations. Apparently, Chief Keef, who's a Chicago rapper, Odell Beckham used to bring down Chief Keef's girlfriend to defecate on his chest. That's what he did for amusement. So that's where he dropped it right on his chest comment came from. You can go ahead and do your own Twitter searches on that.
Yeah, look
Odell
at those.
Beckham's into some freaky shit. That was a nice story.
Girls. Those
That was a
lovely
nice story.
girls.
Yeah, and he is in Cleveland.
The Cleveland Steamers.
I didn't realize that shit until just now. He's actually in fucking Cleveland.
I gotta get that T-shirt.
It is not about pussy juice and butthole pleasures. It's not about the Cleveland Steamer. It's about
Not
love.
about alligator fuck house. It's about the love.
This motherfucker's actually in Cleveland. They're trying to trade him though, but for the time being, he's in Cleveland. That shit is hilarious. Nice job, kid. Yeah, but I don't like Mayfield, so it's going to be hard for me to find anything. Even his commercials suck. So that last one where he's going around trying to cover the chairs in the stadium.
It's awful.
Yeah, man. Peyton Manning did great commercials. This guy's commercials are fucking absolutely horrible.
First of all, you're blaming him for the commercials that obviously somebody else wrote.
No, I'm blaming him for his performance in said commercials.
His comedic talent.
Horrible, dude. Absolutely horrible.
He has no creative control over the commercials.
You think that Peyton Manning wrote "Cut That Meat"? No, Peyton Manning performed "Cut That Meat" beautifully.
Somebody else wrote it, so obviously it was a
When
better.
Peyton Manning was on Saturday Night Live throwing footballs at the kids.
That was great.
That was an SNL writer.
It's the fact Peyton Manning's likable. That's the thing.
The problem is they got to stop giving these guys commercials when they've done nothing. He's done nothing. Beckham had the one catch. The guy can't do nothing anymore, and he's on every commercial on TV. You know, it's a joke. They need to stop giving him commercials real quick. You know,
I just don't like the guy, so fuck him.
I just need to point out Bill Belichick 1-0, Tom Brady 0-1.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, Mike. What side were you on? Were you thinking that the success that New England had came from Belichick, or did it come more from Brady? I'm on the side of saying it's Belichick, and after 1 week, I'm looking like I'm right.
I hate them all. Fuck them all. No, I mean,
stick to your guns.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Tom Brady is not a great quarterback. I don't, I'm coming from the fact that, the greatest quarterback to me is Dan the Man. So, but
shocker.
Yeah, I know, right? I wasn't expecting that one.
So anybody, talking about the greatest quarterback, I don't want to hear it. But
so you're saying that your list would be Dan Marino at number 1, Tom Brady at number 2, and Tony Romo at 3?
Yeah, Tony Romo. Listen, I can't get in the quarterback conversation, but I definitely, he's not up there with the greatest quarterback. Like, to me, he's the most winning quarterback. He's won the most Super Bowls as a quarterback.
Accomplished.
Exactly. There you go. You go.
Right.
He can't do half of the things that some of these other guys have done on the field. Except
he ran his system perfectly.
And he
also cheated for years and years.
One of the best coaches, one of the best, if not the best coach ever.
Well, it is easy to coach. Getz just said it there that if you know the other team's plays, it's a lot easier to coach.
Yeah, there you go.
Than if you're just working on whatever.
It's not like Tom Brady went and figured out all these plays. It was Belichick was the one that cheated.
No, and I'm agreeing with you. So that's why that Belichick, cheating or not, was a bigger reason for their success.
They're writing down people's plays and going, oh, this is exactly what they do. No. Belichick was the cheater, not Tom Brady.
We're agreeing with you on that. But what we're saying is that Belichick, the cheating of Belichick, let Tom Brady be great.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So it's a lot easier to if you know exactly where the defense is going to be, particular for more information or whatever, because you've been stealing their video all week.
And some horrible coaching on other teams, like Pete Carroll, throwing the ball at the 1 yard line, and the Falcons can't hold a lead.
Thanks, whoa! Thanks, Mike. I know that's coming from a place.
You're treading on sacred ground there, my friend.
Greatest night ever.
Kyle Shanahan not being able
that guy's enemy number 1, man. And I know that shot at being the Super Bowl is a little shot of hurt there because the Dolphins haven't been there since '84, and there's not really much chance of them being there again anytime soon.
I'm talking as the biggest Seattle fan that day and the biggest Falcons fan that day, and they both broke my heart that day. I had to watch that shit.
Yeah, that shit.
The Eagles got it done for you, Mike.
Yeah, well, they can only
Eagles and the Giants.
If you're an NFC East team.
Yep.
If they ever put, well, the Cowboys have sucked for a long time now too. We've got you on Sunday there, homie. And the football team, we'll see what's happening with them now.
Are you guys doing a bet for this Falcons Cowboys game?
Well, what should happen? Should we have to record a nice 90-second love letter to the other team?
No, you should just do a full episode in Cowboys gear.
I'm fine with that. You gonna wear a Matt Ryan jersey for the entire show there, Sparky?
Sage?
I'm going to say yes because there's no way in hell you guys are winning that game.
Wow!
Damn!
Let's take a moment to visit that game. Then, number one, you have no middle linebackers. Your boy Sean Lee, who you're used to being hurt, is hurt again. Leighton Vander Esch broke his collarbone, so your two defensive signal callers are gone. So
Jalen Smith is the middle linebacker.
Which one?
Jalen Smith is the middle linebacker
and
the captain.
He calls it. Smith calls the. I thought Lee called the play. Sean Lee didn't call the play.
He still plays.
Jalen Smith is the man.
3 years.
Sean Lee still plays.
Vander Esch is a starter, correct? I'm not confused on this.
Sean Lee is on the team. He's getting paid, but he hasn't played a game in like 3 years.
Okay, all right. Now Vander Esch is a viable starter. Am I correct on this?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's done for the year with a broken collarbone.
Done for the year. Did they say done for the year?
6 to 8.
Collarbone's like 10 weeks, 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Especially for a linebacker.
He'll get COVID in between. He's done for the year. You still have Dak Prescott at quarterback. I don't understand how you think that there's no way in hell. And Julio carves you guys up every time. The last time we played in Dallas, he had 3 touchdowns in that game.
Dak Prescott came out the other day in a press conference and said he thrives in close games. When it's tight, like a 1-score game, that's when he plays his best. This is what Dak Prescott said about Dak Prescott.
You can't. The only person that ever got away with like hyping himself up was Kobe. Kobe nicknamed himself the Mamba. We laughed at it for a few days, and then it stuck. You can't say I thrive in the last minute. You got somebody else has to say that for you.
Especially when everyone on earth knows it's bullshit.
Exactly. And do you thrive under pressure or not? You were just saying that you were like suicidal being, cooped up in the house and your brother was sick and all that. So, which one is it? Do you thrive under pressure or do you crack? Now, the Skip Bayless, he was wrong to say what he said, but
I don't think you have to attack his mental health issues.
No, I'm not attacking his mental health. I'm attacking his mental makeup because he just said that in the fourth quarter when shit gets tight, that's his time that he's ready to ball. And, he's not showing that. Is what I'm saying.
I've never seen him play well in a tight game.
Exactly. I mean, what's the last guy?
He's the worst.
What's the last Cowboy that played well in the fourth quarter? Was it Aikman? The last Cowboy quarterback that didn't throw it at interception after interception in the fourth quarter? He's not saying anything. Look at him over there. It's a stone.
Stupid. Look up the stats.
I will take the bet. I will put it out there that I will wear a Cowboys jersey. I don't think we're wearing a Cowboys jersey, though, because I don't think you have anybody for our receivers.
I'm going to watch this game closely.
The two impartial guys, though, who you got? You got Dallas or Atlanta on Sunday?
Who did you just lose to?
What happened?
I got Matt Ryan. I got CeeDee Lamb. I want to see a shootout. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, man, for real.
We lost to Seattle.
Oh, and I just picked up that dude Gage in one of my other leagues.
100 yards receiving last week, and some of that was in garbage time.
I think I put him on the bench, see what happens. But
he's good insurance if Ridley or Julio misses a game, he'll definitely get 8-9 targets.
Yeah.
I got Amari Cooper.
Aren't most of your stats in garbage time?
No, they're this guy.
Okay, Julio included.
The hater.
This guy. Yeah.
They're going to be throwing the ball all over the place.
Like you didn't see Julio Jones take a slant in the NFC Championship game and bounce a freaking Green Bay Packers defender off the ground and run for 70 yards for a touchdown. But he only all his points are in garbage time. Come on, guy.
Okay.
Really?
Not all.
Really? You got a Stonehenge receiver and Amari Cooper that you're paying a shit ton of money to.
I got Amari Cooper on my fantasy squad.
He may be on your fantasy team, but there's a lot of times that ball bounces off his hands that they're made out of concrete.
Go easy.
CeeDee Lamb.
I guess he's an operational receiver. There's a lot of mouths to feed in Dallas.
I didn't keep him. I drafted him. I let him go and then redrafted him.
Cooper's got to stay hands of stone. Your best receiver, CeeDee Lamb, already. I don't know, Galladay. You lost your tight end, too. Your Jarwin's done for
Did you just say Galladay? Galladay ain't on the fucking Cowboys?
Which one? Gallup. I was mixing two of them up, man. What's up?
Gallup.
As Steve Harris calls him, Michael Gallup.
Steve Harris also. So we got a friend of ours here, Steve Harris. Great guy. Football knowledge is at a minimum. A little more. Is it still at a minimum? Or has
minimum is giving him too much credit.
All right, yeah, he's got football knowledge is low. He drafted some guy we never heard of very early in the draft and said, "Yo, lock it in." Anyway, complete side story there. Yeah, but Steve Harris, shouts to Steve Harris, Quarter Deck Restaurant. Go down there, have a beverage with Steve. Sunday, absolutely no chance there, man. Atlanta takes this, and it's going to be comfortable, 31-17.
Damn, you giving him a spread?
31-17.
Are you giving Sage a spread?
I'm telling you what's going to happen. That it's going to be a one touchdown game going into this fourth quarter. Dak's going to throw a pick. Matt's going to take us down. Gurley scores a touchdown. Game over. 31-17.
Sure. You're on.
And then next episode, Sage is wearing Falcons gear.
Sage got red, white, and black next week. Well, or I will give you the opportunity if you just want to wear whatever you want and paint your face red, white, and black. I'm also good with that. You want to do the beard? I'll let you do red and white on the beard and just leave the top lip of whatever color you want. I'll let you give that. Look at that. I'm giving you concessions here. That's how confident I am. There's no chance we lose.
You're ridiculous.
Quick check-in right now. But we're in the second quarter of the Lakers in Denver. Lakers are up by 2, 40-38. I know Sage loves the basketball talk.
What's the score of the Campbell game?
I do have score of the Campbell.
The fighting Campbell's on today.
Yeah, man. They got the all orange uniforms. It's close to Halloween. They're wearing orange
21-9. 21-9 they're losing. Yeah, all orange. All decked out in orange.
Coastal Carolina putting it on you, though. Much like the Falcons will be putting it on the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday.
It looks like the uniforms from County.
Campbell's legit now. That's a legit school.
I like Campbell's uniforms. I like orange uniforms in general.
Badass.
Yeah. Yeah, now I just need a couple players. You got any eligibility left, Sage?
Yeah, what?
You got any eligibility left?
I think I can go back and play football. Who knows?
You can send him your flag football quarterback resume tape.
I think I will.
I see you at your age, right? Ordinarily, you would have transitioned to free safety by now.
It'd be like Scott Bakula and fucking.
Yeah, definitely.
But that was what was it? Unnecessary roughness?
Necessary roughness.
That's not unnecessary. Necessary.
Kathy Ireland was the kicker.
Oh man,
that movie was
like
20-something years old.
That was
early '90s, mid '90s.
Stonehands Washington came from. Who? Stonehands Washington was the receiver.
Yes.
And Sinbad was the center.
No, really, I don't even remember that movie that much.
It's a great movie.
Sinbad should have been the trainer.
It starts out with Bakula throwing seeds into bales of hay.
Wasn't he throwing it to like a scarecrow or something?
It was straight into the bales of hay, and then the coach comes to scout him and has to dig the ball out of the bale of hay. It's fantastic, great, special effects for the early '90s.
You have an amazing memory.
Fucking necessary roughness. I love that movie, by the way. I'm going to watch it again when I get off of here. Basketball, though. Real quick on basketball. If the Miami Heat get to the finals here, I'm already putting an asterisk on the finals. Nope. There's no home court, so it's not the same. What happened?
What? Why? For what?
Why not?
What advantage do they have over anybody else?
No. They don't have. The advantage would have been for the other teams. They were a 5th seed. They didn't have to play in front of Milwaukee's crowd, not once. They didn't have to play. Well, the Pacers were injured. They also had the easiest road there. Every time they've had an injury so far.
What crowd? What crowd are we talking about here?
Playoffs.
The Zoom crowd?
That's what I'm saying. If they had to go to Milwaukee,
yeah, the dudes in the crowd.
The dudes in the crowd. I'm saying, had they actually had to go to Milwaukee and play in front of Milwaukee's fans, it's probably a different outcome than what they had. It's definitely a different one in the having to go to Boston. They're playing in a neutral gym. It's like an AAU tournament.
Yeah.
Totally disagree with you.
You totally disagree. You think it's harder now?
What do you think? Yeah, obviously it is definitely harder because of everything that's going on. And second of all, what's not to say when they go to Miami to play? Same thing.
But they didn't have home court in any series, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, you got to and then you get home court.
No. But what I'm saying is though that they never had. You start out if you're a 5th seed, you start every series out playing 2 road games
on the road.
On the road, you're every single series. The first 2 games, you're playing away. That's completely different than just walking out of your hotel room and walking down to whatever ballroom 6 that they turn into a basketball court and playing there. The other thing is, if you look at the roster of the Heat, they're all Herbs. Nobody wants to hang out. Fucking what's his name? Harden. The second they lost, Harden was hanging out in Houston. He was at some bar or whatever. They had chicks around him, whatever. There's nobody on Miami's team that would want to hang out or whatever. So Herbs friggin' prosper in a bubble where you can't do shit.
So you're saying they had an advantage by being geeks?
But exactly, 100%. The Herb level is so high on the Heat. Duncan Robinson, what's his face? Adebayo. You know Adebayo. He probably goes. What's he play that freaking game where they move the Mahjong? I think it's called.
Pokemon.
They don't hang out, dude. They Pokemon. No, Tyler Hero definitely plays Pokemon. It's a Herbie ass game too. All Jimmy Butler wants to do is be angry at people. So none of them are hanging out anywhere. None of them wants to get back to their family. None of them want to get back to whatever city they live in. They're Herbs, so it fits perfect for them.
They're allowed to bring their Instagram hoes in now, aren't they?
Nah. They were able to bring in. You could bring
Somebody
in.
Got caught. Somebody got caught doing it.
Yeah, Danielle House, and he didn't sneak in.
Yeah.
He didn't sneak in somebody. He thought he found a loophole. She worked there. She was already in the bubble. She was one of the nurses or something. One of the testers. She was one of the people that can test them, whatever.
There you go.
So he's like, they're already in the bubble. I'm not infecting nobody else. I'm not bringing anybody who's unsafe. She's already here. What's the issue? But anyway, he got suspended. They kicked him out of the bubble. He's now in divorce court because his wife files papers yesterday.
So Eddie House?
Danielle House. Eddie House, I don't know if Eddie House is even still alive.
So is this guy related to Eddie House? Because Eddie House is Miami legend.
This guy looks like he's related to Adebisi from Oz. He doesn't look anything like
Jimmy Butler is starting to look homeless. He needs to do something with that hair.
There's a movie that Jamie Foxx was in called The Soloist, and he's a homeless saxophone player that they find on the street. Jimmy Butler looks exactly like Jamie Foxx looked.
I think he played cello in the movie. He didn't
cello, saxophone. He played an instrument.
I missed that one.
The fact is that he looked homeless. Actually, he was homeless in the movie, and Jimmy Butler looks exactly like him right now. That mustache. Fuck is this shit going on?
My beard's a little out of control right now.
Can't tell on the camera though. You're good. Sage, what's on your mind, dude? You got something to say.
I thought you were going to bring up Wanda from In Living Color.
I think because they don't go to strip clubs, like, isn't that what you want your fucking team to do is win? Like, all they give a shit about is winning, and they play really well together. Like, that's
and it has nothing. No one said strip club until you said it. I just said they were Herbs.
You said
I actually said they didn't want to get back to their family and their cities. You went straight to the strip club.
No. Before that, you said James Harden went to the strip club. Right?
No. He didn't go to the strip club. He went to a club. He went to some turkey leg place. He didn't go to a strip club. Although he probably did after, but.
Turkey leg place.
Yeah, it's in Houston. And
big in Houston?
I've never been there myself, but it's apparently a spot that a lot of celebrities go to. That this guy started out with like a little restaurant where, and it's like an outside area that's popping right now because it's outside. The COVID, they can fucking go and have drinks and eat and shit.
Is that where the Salt? Is that where the Salt Bay works?
That dude's that dude's selling his overpriced steaks in Brickell. You can go down there and get a $200 tomahawk steak.
He's in Brickell for real?
He got a restaurant down by you?
The real guy?
What's up?
The real guy?
Yeah, the actual dude, the Salt Bay guy. But it's like it's $75 for a hamburger in there.
What?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I wouldn't go there just because of that guy.
I do need a tomahawk ribeye.
Just because that
life,
guy, I wouldn't go there.
There's a spot right there.
I agree, Mike Sage.
I'm going there for that guy.
Absolutely.
You get some nice tomahawk ribeyes up here.
I can grill my own in the house.
Wolfgang's downtown Somerville.
Yes.
Fucking awesome. But what I'm saying, though, Sage, is that the other people that have other interests, right? Your mind starts going elsewhere. But when you're a Herb and you wouldn't be doing anything but sitting at the house anyway, I assume that Duncan Robinson plays a lot of solitaire when he's not playing basketball. That dude has no personality whatsoever. Their Herbishness definitely helped them in the bubble because everyone else getting stir crazy. They can't get to any of the hoes. They just can't do it. You're shaking your head at me.
I actually have a lot of respect for Duncan Robinson. He started off as like a D3 dude that was just bombing threes and got recruited by Michigan. Then went to Michigan, started fucking bombing threes there, played in the Final Four. Now he's in the NBA, bombing threes in the fucking NBA playoffs.
Yeah. He's on the Heat. He fucking – that's it. He's on the Heat.
I got a lot of respect for that dude.
Miami Heat.
Why am I so hateful of the Miami Heat?
It is. It's just your hate for the Miami Heat. You got to admit, they're a good team. They're playing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will root to the bitter end against them.
Yeah, give them some credit.
I'm giving them credit. I'm just saying that part of them being Herbs helped them out along the way. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's just an analysis.
It's something else that helped them. That they were able to focus in a little bit easier for they have no other outside.
I can respect the hate. I know the hate. I can respect it.
Well, you have similar hate, and I live in Florida, as you know. So your Heat fans always come at me, yo, bro, get over it. Why are you so mad? And then I ask them, well, do you root for Alabama or do you root hard against every Alabama? Anytime Alabama plays anybody. They go, well, yeah, but whatever. Your boy Saban did the exact same thing that Pat Riley did, just a little not as bad. Because Riley faxed in a resignation after we were in a 7-game of a championship series. Saban left a 4-12 Dolphin team, and all the people in Miami hate him. Riley's the ultimate asshole. What happened?
Who was the owner of the Knicks at that time?
It was James Dolan Sr., not the one that everybody hates. He hadn't died yet.
Train wreck. Like, Pat Riley did the right fucking thing. The New York Knicks are a fucking.
But the Knicks weren't a train wreck then. The Knicks became a train wreck in the early 2000s when James Dolan Sr. died. We were all through the 90s, top 5 basketball team, the entire
because of
decade.
Pat Riley, have some fucking respect.
No, Pat Riley can kiss my fucking ass, which is why when after Pat Riley,
you were good because of Pat Riley.
Then why is it when Pat Riley came to Miami, they beat us in one series and they had to flip over Charlie Ward in order to do it? We were up 3-2 in that series. They flipped Charlie Ward. They win the last 2. We beat the living shit out of them the series the year before that. I kept my little ticket stub. And Pat, you can check it out. Google Patrick Ewing.
Championships have won since
they didn't win shit until 2006 when the fucking league and Tim Donnie, he decided to Dwayne Wade did 35 freaking layups in free throws in one game. Fuck Pat Riley, dude.
Hardaway and Mourning were still beating you in the playoffs, even before that.
No, Hardaway and Mourning beat us one time in the playoffs, and they flipped over Charlie Ward, and we were beating them in that series. That's the best Knicks team. That's the best Knicks team of the 90s easily. John Starks was coming off the bench. Allen Houston was starting. Chris Johns was coming off the bench. Charlie Ward was coming off the bench. Charles was starting. Patrick Ewing was still in his prime. Had LJ and Anthony Mason on that team. Did PJ Brown didn't flip over Charlie Ward? We actually beat the Bulls that year. So fuck Pat Riley. Alonzo Mourning didn't win shit either. Alonzo Mourning is the number 1 player on that team. Didn't win a fucking thing. He comes back after his fucking kidney dies, and they go into the freaking finals, and they get 35 free throws from Dwayne Wade. He gets a ring, and they put him in the Hall of Fame. You know what his fucking his career numbers are? And I've looked it up. 17 points and 9 rebounds. That ain't no Hall of Fame. Fuck Riley and fuck Mourning. And if you've ever met either one of them, I've had multiple people tell me, Alonzo Mourning, complete dickhead. Absolute asshole. At least Pat Riley can fucking fool it because he's a good fucking politician and the devil himself, so he can fool you.
You guys worship Michael Jordan, who might be the biggest dick that's ever fucking walked the face of this earth.
Yo, if you ever come around here and bring up Michael Jordan when I'm talking about Alonzo Mourning, Bobby, I hope you hit both toes. I hope you hit both baby toes on the way to the bathroom tonight. Well, I don't fucking ever bring up Michael Jordan when I'm talking about Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning, the 4th best center in fucking Georgetown history. Come on, dude. I put Roy Hibbert ahead of fucking Alonzo Mourning. Fuck him, dude. If his kidney didn't die, dude, he's not in the Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying.
How good have the Knicks been since Pat Riley left?
The Knicks went to another finals after Pat Riley left. If you want to ask me what the fuck is wrong with the Knicks, ask me when the Knicks went to shit. When James Dolan Sr. died and his little son and his rich kid's son took over in the early 2000s. That's the problem. Riley was not the all-end be-all in New York because we whooped his fucking ass every time except for that one time in 98 when he flipped over Charlie Ward. And what happened the next season? As an 8 seed, Allen Houston hits off the front of the rim, backboard and through, and we send them home. The first number 1 seed ever in the Eastern Conference to get sent home.
Well,
Pat Riley can fuck off.
Well, when Pat Riley was there, you guys were good. You guys were one of the best.
And we were good after that. We won the division 4 times after Riley left. We didn't get technically bad until 7 years after Riley was gone.
That Riley built?
What do you mean a team that Riley built? When the last team that Riley was there, the only people that were the same on the team that Riley built and the team that we beat their ass with was Oakley and Ewing and Starks. That was it. Everybody else was gone.
Only Oakley and Ewing and Starks?
Well, you said the whole and you're talking about a Ewing that was in the league for 12 years already. We sent Oakley off. Actually, I take that back. We only had Oakley for 2 years after, shipped him off to Toronto for Marcus Camby, went to the finals 2 years after that. Riley, dude, I'm telling you, he's a good coach, excellent front, GM guy, whatever.
Campbell is driving.
But Riley is not the reason that the Knicks were great in the 90s. Patrick Ewing was the reason the Knicks were great in the 90s because we didn't miss a beat when freaking Van Gundy took over. Not one.
Was Van Gundy was the one that was holding on his leg during the brawl?
He definitely hates Alonzo Mourning, Jeff Van Gundy.
Not as much as I do.
Because it matters that Alonzo Mourning's an asshole?
Yeah. Because you don't have to be an asshole. Especially
I've
when
met Alonzo Mourning, and it's true, he is an asshole.
And especially when you've had
But it's okay for Jordan to be an asshole?
No, it's not okay for Jordan to be an asshole, but here's the thing, dude.
Jordan is for me.
Jordan's diplomatic about it. Jordan was never an asshole to fans, and they'll tell you that Jordan was never an asshole
to his teammates.
I've had many a person tell me that Alonzo Mourning was a dickhead to fans, to actual fans. Yeah, and if you've lived, like I said, this charmed life, you won the fucking genetic lottery. You grew to 6'10", 260 pounds, and you could jump through the roof. Why are you fucking angry all the time? I don't get it.
Jordan's Hall of Fame
because his kidney hurt.
Wasn't he cracking on his kids?
No, Jordan referenced the coach in high school and the guy that took his position in high school and dogged him out.
Because he got cut.
Because the dude took his position.
But you're still not. That isn't apples to apples at all.
To me, it was kind of endearing for me for Jordan to be that hurt. And in his Hall of Fame speech, a 6-time NBA champion, the greatest player that ever lived, he chose his Hall of Fame speech to dig out the dude that made his high school team over him.
Yeah,
it was endearing.
And didn't he crack on his own kids, saying that he felt bad for them because they had to be his sons?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be Michael Jordan's kid when you can't ball?
He might be the biggest asshole to ever walk the fucking face of this earth.
Wrong. He uses his assholishness.
That's a tough statement.
He uses his assholishness as fuel.
Okay.
So
you said that, but then you're cracking on the heat for being.
I'm not. But no. But you're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish. He's using his assholishness as fuel because he needs that little switch to flip it on in his brain. But Alonzo Mourning is that way all the time. I can see that guy grunting at the toothpaste in the morning and fucking, the water didn't get hot fast enough, so he's punching the wall in the shower. He just seems like an asshole.
You don't think Jordan's the same way?
Nah, Jordan goes and finds himself a stogie when he starts to get angry.
What's the difference between that and the Heat using their nerdiness as fuel to win the fucking
You coming up here?
I said that the nerdiness was a benefit for them. You're feeding on to my point.
No, I'm not, because you're acting like that is like, oh, that's ridiculous. Like they're not that good. It would never happen. But yet you say Jordan fuels on that. Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Absolutely not. Because what I'm saying is one is a fuel to push forward, to actually, to attack, to get you in the mindset. The Heat, when I say that they're herbs and it benefited them, that's not having to push forward. What I'm saying is that they had an obstacle that other teams that have more sociable guys on don't have. So you're removing an obstacle.
Want to win because they want to win, and all they care about is basketball.
You're still not seeing where I'm coming from. And all those guys, if you're in the NBA, with the exception of J.R. Smith, you want to win. Oh, we're going to be back in 2 seconds, take a quick break. We're going to talk a little bit more about this here. We'll be back in 2 seconds here. CrackBacks. We're at 30 seconds of time left. So I'm going to send the other link out in 2 seconds.
How long has Campbell been playing football?
A couple of years.
3 years. 3 years?
No, I think it was like 5.
We're back, folks. CrackBacks said we just had a little quick break here. Quick check-in. The Lakers up by 14, 63-49 over Denver. I am rooting for the Lakers. I am a Lakers fan until the end of the year. Unless Boston beats Miami, then I don't care who wins anymore. But I think that might be the only chance here would be the Lakers since Boston shit in the bed already.
Got to root for the Dookie, Tatum. Let's go.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts deep down. When the Sixers traded up to get Markelle Fultz, and we could have just took Tatum.
Exactly.
Tatum would have fit the Sixers perfectly.
You'd have at least one ring already if you had him instead of Fultz. Because you still would have had – he was the last one, so you still would have had Simmons. You would have had Embiid, and you would have had Tatum. It's not like, when people are like, oh, well, the Knicks should have taken Mitchell. We would have had this Spider Mitchell. They're probably a little better, and they don't get any of the draft picks they have after that. But with you guys, he was the last one already. So I agree with you. the cat's going from room to room.
Oh, there he is.
He hates Pat Riley, too.
As he should. All animals hate Pat Riley. Animals can sense evil, right? When I was a little kid, we lived in a house in Atlanta, and there was a dark spot, like a cold spot on the floor. It was a split-level house. So you went down to the
You had a ghost?
We're offline. We'll talk
you
about
had a ghost in the house?
The house was 100% haunted. There was a cold spot. It was the size of a dinner plate at the bottom of the stairs, and the dog never walked across it. Would always walk up to it and go around it. So
is that why you're obsessed with the movie The Gate?
Well, I'm obsessed with the movie The Gate because it's a cinematic masterpiece for the mid-'80s. If you've never seen The Gate, it's coming out in October, Halloween month. You should set aside an evening, watch The Gate, and judge it in the same night.
Something's up with your audio.
Yeah, your audio is real choppy.
I'm breaking up on you?
Yeah.
One second.
Is it on par with the Porky's from the 80s?
Greatest movies ever.
Porky's Revenge.
Yeah, today for some reason.
I saw a picture of Phoebe Cates today.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Great. That's another one.
Holy.
Yep.
You're still fucked up.
Yeah,
It's like digitized. That's what you get for hating on Pat Riley. If he truly is the devil, he'll just fuck up your audio.
Got you.
It's clear now. I killed the video. Can you hear me now or no?
Yeah,
a little better. A little better.
I don't understand what's going on with that. I am in South Florida. He probably did make some phone calls and fuck my internet up.
Yeah.
Because Pat Riley cares about you.
When you're that evil, you care. I fucking hate that. I really do hate that guy. There's no one in sports that I.
You got really mad before. You were yelling.
Yeah, man. I
could see the veins coming out of your neck. You were really mad.
Let's go with the word passionate.
How old is he now? He's old.
He's never gonna die, dude. Evil doesn't die.
Is he even around the team anymore? What does he do?
He sits up in the box. He's chilling, man. He ain't got to do shit.
Yeah.
He just builds winning teams.
He's a poor old man, what's he doing?
If
he drafted Tyler Harrow.
If he builds winning teams, then the Cowboys should hire him.
They should.
Since you guys haven't had a winning team for, what is it? How long are we going? 25 years now?
35 years.
When was the last time you won?
Well, at least we've been there. You haven't even been there.
He's the
right. You just gave me a Miami Dolphin argument. Anytime you bring up the Dolphins, was your team ever undefeated? You just hit me with a Miami Dolphins argument.
No, not really, because you guys had the biggest meltdown in Super Bowl history.
This is true. I have nothing to say about that because it's Kyle Shanahan's fault. Run the ball up.
And the worst thing about it is it gives Tom Brady another Super Bowl that he didn't deserve. Just like Pete Carroll.
Speaking of things that get melted down, Fuzzy's Taco Shop makes a great quesadilla.
Nice. There you go.
the fajita quesadilla with everything you would get in a fajita, the Cadillac, whatever you want. Shrimp, steak, chicken. Melted onto some flour tortillas with some pico de gallo and sour cream. So delicious.
Ryan Getz, the king of the free promo.
Gotta love fuzzy tacos.
If you're in South Florida, go to Cypress Creek Road and Andrews, where the Starbucks is. Fozzie's Taco Shop right there for you. If you're not in Florida, you can find them nationally.
Don't mention Getz because they won't know who the hell you're talking about.
The place is delicious.
Hey man, let me get the quesadilla that Getz was talking about. Who is this Getz person? That's what Fuzzy would tell you when he was there. And then Fuzzy would go, fuck Pat Riley. That's what Fuzzy would say. Can we
do something other than hate on this program?
Absolutely. We can go any direction you want, sir. What would you like to speak? What righteous people would you like to speak about?
Well, you've been asking for Jersey stories for weeks now.
We do. Oh, this is fantastic. We did finally corral.
I got the two gentlemen here with me. Me and Chris talked about this the other day. Mike, I'm sure you'll pick up on this particular story once I elaborate a little bit. And we're usually PG-13 on the program. This might veer a little bit off here and there. But back when we grew up, late 80s, early 90s, there was no internet porn. So if someone had a porno, it was gold. And an aforementioned friend of the program, of a particular cowgirl, that was amazing. Lured us into his basement where we thought we were going to see some spicy hot goodness. And she was anything.
Of course he
definitely had the cowgirl
Of course
hat
he would
on,
have that.
and she had some very large boots because the rest of her was equally as large.
Big
Remember the name?
Big Bad Mama Jama.
She had to be, what, a 400-pounder?
Yeah.
Easily. And where most cowgirls, you get the theme that they might be of the Caucasian persuasion.
No.
This was Big Bad Mama Jama from the hood. Where's Joel? He's the one that loves these Falgi stories.
He dipped out on us. Falgi.
Tales from the hood. Tales from Jersey.
He just got married?
Still here. I'm just having video difficulties.
That wasn't serious when you sent that out there.
No, that was a joke just because the guy looked like Falgi.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say.
I thought you said
I wouldn't. Who knows? I don't even know who anybody that keeps in contact with that guy.
Yes. Keeps in contact with him.
I'm sure Mana does somehow.
Nah, he. Like you and Mana.
Why, you guys still talk to Mana?
Yeah, I still see him.
And he don't talk to Falgi?
Nah, I think if he hears anything, it's from I don't know, maybe like Paul hears something or, like guys like that. You know what I'm saying? But
if you're new to the program,
anybody that talks to him.
If you're new to the program, Falgi is famous. He is the creator of Pulling a Falgi, the originator. Pulling a Falgi, you can check it out on the Instagram page or on your Urban Dictionary. Pulling a Falgi is when you make a play that is less than wonderful on a field of sport, and then immediately feign an injury so that you have a reason for such failure.
Like the Cincinnati kicker this Sunday. That was a Falgi if I ever seen one.
Classic Falgi.
Game-winning field goal. Oh, my calf.
There was one last night in the Browns-Bengals game.
I missed that.
This dude dropped the ball and immediately started rolling around, grabbing at his ribs. Me and Chris were both like, oh, Falgi, there it is.
Now, Getz, you played on the same football team with Falgi, right?
No.
He played at Immaculata. I played at Franklin.
Yeah. But you did see him play live a few times, I assume.
Well, he didn't. He wasn't exactly a starter. He was more of a special teams demon.
Yeah, he was.
He was more of like a Steve Tasker.
He was a high school Steve Tasker.
Smith's top 50.
Yes. Somehow his dad got him in the Street and Smith All-American magazine as a special teams gunner.
But where I'm going with that is, I'm asking, do you remember the first time you actually saw him, quote unquote, pull a Falgi?
I don't know if Mike was there with me, but Falgi actually left Immaculata and went to play for this school, Wardlaw Hartridge.
Wardlaw Hartridge.
And he was returning kickoffs for them. And on one of the kickoffs he was returning, he got blasted and fumbled. and immediately started rolling around grabbing his ankle. And then, once the other team started marching out on the field, he got up and walked off completely fine, no limp, no nothing.
He was an innovator. The Giants did that 6-7 years ago. Remember the two guys grabbed their legs and then they stood up and grabbed the wrong leg after the play was over? It was on Monday Night Football game.
Well, that was to try and slow down the no huddle. I don't think Falgi was thinking that far. he just thought like, damn, I just really fucked up. I fumbled. Hey, fuck it, I'm gonna fake an injury.
He used to pull those penalties when we used to play pickup basketball.
He did it a lot. Yeah, he'd be at the basketball court, he would get ripped, and he'd be rolling around on the ground like he got hurt. And we'd all just be like, come on, man, get up.
You can't be pulling fake injuries on pickup basketball games. Come on, man.
He tried to play a high school game with a cast on. Remember that?
Yeah.
He broke his hand or something. And this is when he was still just a special teamer. And he wanted to play special teams that bad. He tried to play with a cast on.
You guys keep calling him just a special teamer, but I also heard that he was in Street and Smith, so he must have been an upper echelon special teamer.
He was a Steve Tasker.
You have to listen, though. His dad was rich.
No, I'm just talking shit. I heard he said his dad got him in there.
His dad was allegedly in the mafia.
We're just going to use the word connected. His father was allegedly connected.
His father was definitely connected. And we looked at a Street and Smith All-America magazine, and there's Michael Falgiano. Didn't even start at corner on his own high school team, but he's on an All-American team.
You should have had that signed and framed. It's probably worth $4 or $5 now.
And didn't he go? Didn't he go to like a? He went to a fifth year high school or some shit. Didn't he do that?
I thought he tried to go to
or he go to like a
he tried to go to Lackawanna,
junior college. That's what he tried to do. Yeah.
Up in Pennsylvania, there's a school called Lackawanna College.
Yeah.
A lot of us referred to it as lack of knowledge junior college because it didn't matter what your grades are; they'd let you in as long as you could play football.
It's the Troy of the North.
Yeah, but it's not even like a D. It's like just a JC.
Oh, okay. Because if you can ball in Alabama, you can't make it on. You don't have the grades for Auburn or Alabama. They just put you on Troy.
Isn't that where Bryant McKinney went before he went to Miami? So. Yeah, and then ended up playing.
I can young Jamie that right now.
I think that's where he went.
Are you ever going to bring your video back in here, Joel? What the fuck?
Every time I try it, I'm pixeled on this side here. I might just throw a logo up in the side because at least you can hear me clear right now. It was every time I put the video back on for whatever reason, it's buffering a
lot. I'd like to get the gentleman's impressions on the Bad Mama Jamma story and how they remember it. Do you remember walking down?
How old was this?
I remember.
Walking down into the basement as a 16-year-old about to watch some hardcore porn, being excited, and then getting a glimpse of Big Bad Mama Jamma's calf in the booty.
I can't imagine it. Where did he get that thing? I don't even remember him. We ever asked him. I probably got it from his brother. But
he sold that shit to us like it was the hottest girl ever.
You know, he was
like, yo, you're gonna want to see this. And then as soon as he turned it on, we were all like, oh, stop.
So Brian McKinney did play 2 years at Lackawanna.
Yes.
And he was a defensive lineman at Lackawanna, but gained 70 pounds while he was there, and they moved him to tackle.
You know who went to Lackawanna?
Well, he was
at
like 6'8".
You know who was at Lackawanna when he was there?
Who?
Tim Maz.
That's a whole nother batch of stories.
He was at Lackawanna when he was there.
Is that where he went to school before he went to Carolina?
He went to Lackawanna for.
Didn't Maz try to go to Scranton for a while
too? He went
school.
I think he went to Marywood, which is in Scranton.
Marywood, that's where Wubby went, right?
Yeah, and then he ended up going somewhere down in Carolina. That's where Manna went down there. Like they all ended up down.
Because I remember we went up to visit Wubby, and
they lived together. Yeah,
I don't know if Tim Maz was up there or Tim Maz went with us. I don't remember.
Before that, he went to Lackawanna. Then he went to Marywood. Yeah.
How much did you pay for this video?
No. Falgi had it.
Yeah, he had it. Yeah. VHS.
Okay. Well, that's what you had to do back in the day. These young kids with the internet don't know the charmed lives they're living.
Right now, I would pay $100 for that video.
Imagine you probably find it somewhere, right?
Hell yeah, Google Bad Mama Jamma.
Yo, you remember? Well, you'll get a Carl Crawford song first, but yeah.
It had
great song, by the way.
Great song.
It had segments of, I think one of them was called "Fucking a Pig." And then
that's the first episode of Black Mirror. If you haven't seen it yet.
Yes,
Love Black Mirror.
Fucked up show.
That's the best. Actually, that's actually the best show on that series. But those were the segments that they had in this porno. It was like, it was ridiculous. It was so bad.
Kids don't understand. But back in the day, when you got a tape that was gold, we had a dude in high school when I was a freshman. His dad had the black box, so they had the penthouse or whatever going through all the time. So you would give him $10 and an extended play VHS tape. And he would just record for more. My man was making money. He would come to school with 7-8 tapes every day. He was handing out tapes. But he would just put it in. He put the tape in and just hit record. So you're starting in the middle of the show of a thing sometimes. Sometimes it's ended in the middle of something. But you got 6 hours on an extended play VHS tape.
6 hours? How fucking long do you need?
6 hours for $10. That's a bargain.
So you're saying this guy was the DJ Clue of high school porn?
100%. My man's got porn mixtapes going out. I would say he was more of a Master P because he was producing and distributing everything out of his car trunk.
Master P, that's more the porn that Trump likes.
That was Falcons were living that bad mamma jamma that night that the only night that I'm talking about gets the night before we ended up at the shore house.
Lauren Stolte or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
She looked like a fucking Care Bear.
He was reliving it that night.
Actually, she kind of looked like like a witch. And as a man with moles all over my body, I don't care about saying this. She had a fat fucking mole right on her nose.
She was like Shrek.
Gross.
She was like Shrek looking.
If she somehow discovers this or sees this somewhere out there, Lauren, you were a great person. You're fucking gross.
You want to send any other well wishes out to anybody from your past in New Jersey?
This bitch chugged a fucking 40 of Crazy Horse faster than I've ever seen a man do it in my life.
Guzzled it down. Guzzled it.
Next thing you know, Falgi's coming out of the bushes with a full boner. And we're driving to the lake house. It was a great night.
Yep.
Chris hooked up with Lara Soltis that night.
But I think Mike did too.
That was you guys keep in touch with her still, don't you?
I have her on my Facebook. She's
don't get Mike in trouble.
She's very warm.
Wife might be in earshot.
She has a family.
Where's she?
I think she still lives in Franklin.
Does she really?
Yeah, out by Franklin Park where all them people live.
Next time we see Mike, he's got a black eye and he's got a scar on the side of his mouth. So, why don't you call that bitch you was with in high school?
The whole Kordusky crew will come looking for you.
I see in Jersey Shore. I know how women in Jersey throw hands.
Hell yeah, man.
Especially them Franklin chicks.
Yep. JWoww could have survived in Franklin. Snooki, not so much. She would have got rolled.
Oh, yeah.
We're running out of steam, guys. I think we're all getting tired because we're old.
What's this Campbell score now?
They're fighting. They are the fighting camels. They're trying to fight. I don't know if they got enough water in the hump to get this one.
I was going to go with, are they going to be able to get over the hump? Still going with a hump joke. But I would have went with getting over the hump.
They both worked.
Anyway, I think we're all watching Campbell. We might as well hit out for the evening. We're going to have some more Jersey stories coming for you here. I missed a little bit of the beginning of the other one there because my freaking thing was messing up. That's why I still just have my name on the screen right there. But I'll toss a nice little logo in the side. Luck to Campbell College.
I need a Jersey Tales from the Hood logo, and there has to be some kind of Exit 9 New Brunswick logo on there.
I'm on it. I'll start working on it. We also got a website coming through. I got a buddy of mine that's going to put something to us together. And merch. So keep your eyes open. CrackBacks. We'll see you next week. I actually threw the peace sign at the screen, even though my video is off. Just
Why'd you have your video off the whole time?
It kept messing up. Every time I put the video on for whatever reason, it started to get all pixelated and garbly in the voice there. But we'll get it fixed for next week. I'm all at you.